It's made up, though.
All right, so this is the number 2 upload in regards to the Blue Letter Bible telling their readers that Cain married his sister or his niece. I mean, is that biblical? Is that against the Bible? Is that against the Word of God? Of course it is, okay? Now, I like this book that I Chance got the other day, and it's called Not of One Blood, and it is written by Charles Weisman. So let's go ahead and look inside this book, and I am going to start reading from page number 14 so you guys can see. Alright, so it's basically talking about the same kind of explanation that the Blue Letter Bible just gave to its readers. And Charles Weisman's response was, wait a minute, nowhere does the Bible say that Cain married his wife before he was expelled to the land of Nod. It is true that the passage does not specifically say Cain found a wife in Nod, but one has to look at the chronology provided by the Bible. Other than Cain and Abel, there are no children recorded born to Adam and Eve up to the time when the murder took place. Cain's wife is mentioned only after Cain was expelled and after he, quote, lived in the land of Nod. To say Cain's wife came before these events is to twist biblical chronology to suit a personal doctrine. All right, and what doctrine is that? That is a doctrine of the humanist, okay? Now, I don't really like it when I have to rely on tools that are offered to me by sites such as the Blue Letter Bible that are twisting, because we rely a lot, we take a lot of, we depend a lot on the Blue Letter Bible to give us a lot of information in regards to language. So to read something like this is just so incredibly disappointing that it has twisted the Word of God this way. Let's go ahead and go to the word dog. So when we see the word dog in the Blue Letter Bible, of course we are curious to know, why is God referring to certain things or certain people in such a horrible way as to refer to them as dogs. And we would have to just check out every single one of the verses provided and rightfully divide, keeping these verses in context in regards to what the book is written about, to whom the book is written to, yada yada yada. Okay, when we go down to Philippians down here, we see the verse in chapter 3 verse 2, beware of dogs. Let me go ahead and go up a little bit closer. Beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, beware of the concision. When we see this word concision, this is referring to the people who get circumcised. Okay, so this is a blatant description of a certain people. Let's go ahead and read Revelation 22 verse 15. For without are dogs and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Who does that sound like? Who makes up lies about other people? Who likes to twist the truth and turn everything around? And who, most especially, likes to play the victim? There's a certain group of people that Christ described in the book of Revelation, chapters 2, verse 9, and chapter 3, verse 9. And that should basically pretty blatant there. Okay, so let's go ahead and read a couple of more. And she answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord, yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. Who children? What is she talking about? What children? Let's see, Mark chapter 7, verse 21. But Jesus said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. Who are the dogs? What's the bread? What is the bread referring to? Let's see, Matthew 15:27. And she said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Matthew 15:26. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to the dogs. So I'm repeating some of the verses that are found in other books, in other chapters and places, because these verses are witness to the other verses. Okay, now let's go ahead and go into the book Sargon the Magnificent, and I'm going to read a quote made by Mrs. Sydney Bristow, and it is found on page 111. Okay, now this is a free book. You could read it online, and I suggest that if you really want to know what's going on in regards to the origins of certain, quote, Babylonian religions or gods, you would basically find out truth in regards to that topic in this book. Now, I do not agree 100% with it, but that is just how it goes with everybody's books and authorships. So, in regards to page 111, let me go ahead and show you the beginning of the book. So, this book is a little bit beat up because Chance's stupid cousin left it out in the rain, unfortunately. Okay, so alright, so let's go ahead and start on the third paragraph down. I don't know if you can see that clearly. You could read this book online for free, and philologists agree that the word cynics, cynikoi, given to certain Greek philosophers in the 1st century AD, came from the Greek word for dog, quan, and that those philosophers were so called because they were prone to fall back into animalism, pure and simple. She is basically quoting from Century Dictionary, cynic spasm, which you can't see, but down here in the notes. This chick is citing from some really, really old writings. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue on. And are said to have outraged the dictates of common decency, but the idea that the Greek word for dog may have been derived from the name of CAIN is entirely my own, and since I cannot claim to be one of Copper's, quote, learn philologists who chase a painting syllable through time and space. Okay, so you can go ahead and keep reading that. This woman who's writing this book, obviously very humble, and she's obviously, to me, she is very, very trustworthy, except for a couple of things that she got wrong in this book in regards to certain races. Like I said, it's a really, really good book to read, and you could just learn a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that out to see if what she's saying is truth in regards to the Greek word. So as we can see here, in Greek, dog is quan, okay? And that root word is transliterated, and it is a metaphor to a man of an impure mind and an impudent man. So if you want to, you can go ahead and look it up yourselves. It's Strong's Greek 2965. Let's go ahead and, I don't know if I'm going to take the translation to another level with George Lamza, but I'm at my 9th minute, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pick it up where I left off on number 3.